Welcome everybody, Tapped in Sports here. Your host, Leo Luna, once again of 49ersgoldmine.com. If you have not checked out the website, we already have updates with what's happening in free agency. Obviously, Kyle Juszczyk signed last evening, and now we got Jason Verrett this morning coming back to the 49ers. And this is something that I've heard from Javi Vega that it was in the works, that there was something that there was a contract on the table, that they really, really wanted to bring Jason Verrett back. It was even reported on NFL Network that they were trying to lock up Jason Verrett, Trent Williams, and Kyle Juszczyk before free agency kicked off. Fortunately, they got Kyle Juszczyk taken care of before free agency kicked off, and then as soon as it kicked off, Jason Verrett seemed like it realized as far as average per year aspect, the 49ers were pretty spot on with everyone else, and that's why he came back to the team. The only difference maker, as you see here in the photo, is that someone else. I don't know the team yet. It has not been publicly stated who that team was, but somebody else had a multi-year offer on the table for Jason Verrett. But he went ahead and he bet on himself. He's going to be a 49er again. Instead of taking that multi-year deal, he's taking a 1-year deal. And man, we are lucky to get this guy back because last year he was outstanding in basically a season where everyone writ him off. He was not a guy that somebody else was talking about, one of the top corners on the team. At even once the Super Bowl concluded, Jason Verrett wasn't one of those guys that you were talking about starting on the other side of Richard Sherman. The talk was Akello Weatherspoon versus Emmanuel Mosley, and opening that door back up for those two to compete again after Mosley took over the starting job in the postseason. But Jason Verrett just kept working, kept working, kept working. There was reports that he didn't look all too well in camp. Well, guess what? The guy played fantastic during the season, and last year he had 2 interceptions and only gave up 1 touchdown in the entire season with a 76.2 opposing quarterback rating. I'll repeat that again, 76.2 opposing quarterback rating. That's fantastic from an outside corner perspective, especially with someone of Jason Verrett's size. He's not a 6'4" corner that matches up very well against DeAndre Hopkins or DK Metcalf, who are in the division. He just has a dog mentality, and he's been playing a lot of man, so he didn't really get that Richard Sherman factor. I don't want to discredit anything Richard Sherman has done in his career, but playing man is a whole lot harder than playing zone. And that's what Jason Verrett was doing last year for the San Francisco 49ers. And he was doing it very well. Remember that Giants game where he's basically white on rice with the wide receiver, and then they try to run like a wide receiver screen. He blows that up, gets the tackle. So this, not only being a step for step corner guy, he's a guy who's willing to tackle as well. And instead of saying, "Oh, I get paid to cover. I don't get paid to tackle." um, his missed tackle percentage was only 6.3, which is fantastic. And as I see a question here, is Akello on the roster cut bubble? I want to, since he is a free agent, he's not on the roster cut bubble. He's more on the bubble of who are they going to bring back. And with the 49ers extending Emmanuel Mosley, extending Jason Verrett, that would lead me to believe Akello's probably not going to be on this team next year because he is someone who is gaining some interest, especially the way he closed out the season last year was pretty fantastic in those 4 final games. So odds are someone's going to offer a little more than the 49ers. Akello may want to stay in California, but he may have a better chance to start somewhere else. And honestly, Akello does need a fresh start. This guy was healthy inactive before he got on that 4-game streak this season. So he was just in gym clothes on the sideline, and that's not very good. As far as being a competitor, you're going to want to go somewhere else and show that you're better than a guy on street clothes being inactive, healthy scratch. So, yeah, very very busy workday. Um, I know the main thing is going to be Trent Williams. When does that get done? So that should happen. That should happen. Sometime this week. I would say hope today, but we'll see. Obviously the Chiefs are going to be in that mix because they have that need. Colts are going to be in that mix because they have that need. But that's another story for another time. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and give kudos to Jason Verrett because not only he bet on himself basically the past 2 seasons, he's going to bet on himself a third season. And that just shows you this a lot of the narrative is going to be okay, yeah, he finally was healthy for 1 season. How much longer can he keep that going? I think he can keep it going for a while. Uh, like John Lynch stated in his career, John Lynch wasn't particularly healthy the first 4 years when he started with Tampa Bay, and then after that, he never missed a game. And that's what Jason Verrett can show. And Jason Verrett stated how the facilities. I know this is kind of funny considering the injury bugs the 49ers have. That the facilities is what kept him healthy, is what brought back his confidence. And that had to play a big part with him resigning, other than being a Bay Area native. So I'm excited to see what this guy could do with another year. And it's not that he's going to get the bag and play differently because he's on a 1-year deal. He could go and say, not play well, then he's going to get a vet minimum wherever he goes after that. So this is what you want to see as far as what's going to keep a guy hungry, what's going to keep a guy motivated, what's going to keep him basically healthy. Because without getting that contract, if he got a little ankle sprain, he's going to be trying to play because his next contract is not guaranteed by any margin. I'm just excited. Obviously, this free agency could have went sideways to where the 49ers don't get juice. He could have been a Jet. 49ers don't re-sign Verrett. He could have been a Raider. He could have been a Charger because they have big needs there. Well, back to the Chargers, that would be. But no, he's coming back in the Bay Area. Final domino is Trent Williams. You get Trent Williams, then you're looking at, the free agency was your guys, but then you're going to walk away extremely, extremely happy if you walk away from this free agency with Verrett, Trent, and Juice all teamed up again to make a run in 2021. Yeah, definitely draft a corner. Still, even though that they went ahead and re-signed Mosley and Verrett, I feel like you got to take 2 corners a minimum in this draft. You may have to take a nickel corner if they don't draft anyone, or my preference would be sign Jamar Taylor and draft someone so that you have 2 there. You definitely need to draft an outside corner. There is guys day 3 that you could find that will be starters in the NFL because this cornerback draft class is so deep and it's just completely top loaded and back loaded. So we'll see what they do when it comes towards draft time. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. And once again, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. It costs you $0. It's free. You could turn on your notifications. We're going to go live, whether it's myself or somebody else here on the 49ers Goldmine YouTube channel. Just under 20 away from 1,000. So that would be a huge accomplishment since this channel did start less than a year ago. And we're looking to provide more content with quality guests coming on as well. So I appreciate you guys all tuning in. And make sure you go to 49ersgoldmine.com for all your 49ers offseason news.